Welcome to Pod Me If You Can, I'm David Farrell. Today on the show we're discussing the film Manny and Lo, starring Alexa Palladino and Scarlett Johansson.
Pardon Me If You Can, movie reviews.
Two sisters, Amanda, Manny, Scarlett Johansson, and Laurel, Lo, Alexa Palladino, are on their own. Technically, Lo has kidnapped Manny from her foster parents, and she's run away from her own. They have a car, but not much else, leading them to shoplift, break into homes, and sleep in model homes. When Lo becomes pregnant, the two kidnap a woman named Elaine, Mary Kay Place, from a baby supply store to help them in the lead-up to the birth. This is Scarlett Johansson's third film role, having been in North and also Just Cause. Alexa Palladino, this is her first feature film role. And Scarlett Johansson is about 11 or 12 years old here, playing approximately 11 or 12. Keep moving and you won't get nailed is the philosophy of these two runaways. And it's a very light version of Thelma and Louise. There's no murder, but obviously kidnapping is a major part of the film. These scared kids with no parents and no idea how to parent have the impending problem of a baby on the way. And it's this ticking time bomb of change that forces them to have a look at themselves. Now, I was pretty impressed. As an independent film, this is about the right length and also really kind of stays on track the entire film. Mary Kay Place's character seems to be a baby expert. They watch her for a long time in the store and she keeps saying, "I've never been wrong, not even once," and really ramming the point home despite the fact she has no kids of her own, that she is an expert. So they kidnap her at gunpoint, which is really one of the biggest stretches of the film. They do have a gun, and in the States it is easy to get guns, and so they use their gun to kidnap her. But, I mean, at some point you feel like maybe she could have run away, made a lunge. That doesn't happen. You've got to just accept the fact that they point a gun at her, and then we smash cut to her being kidnapped. They need a mother figure, and the story sort of demands it, especially with Lo being pregnant. And Elaine, the character Mary Kay Place plays, is a church woman, and so I think she sort of accepts the fact pretty early on that she's needed here, that these two little girls, basically 11 and 16, need a mother figure. And so as a hostage, she kind of decides to start to parent them from the hostage's point of view. But also, Elaine needs this in her life. She has a void. She never had children. She wasn't emotionally ready, as she says. And I think she relishes this opportunity. For me, if I can pick it apart a little bit, one of the most unrealistic moments for me is when a male character, the owner of the home they're squatting in, comes back. And he gets hit over the head by Elaine, who then ties him up and proceeds to tell him that he's been kidnapped by the same people that have kidnapped her, which is two men. For a church woman to lie and create this kidnapping situation of her own felt very unrealistic and very forced, and also had no repercussions on any characters. It's very hard to believe that Elaine would turn to crime like that. There's a good cop, bad cop dynamic to the sisters when they're doing the kidnapping, and also in the general day-to-day of their lives, which I think works really well and really separates the characters out. It also helps you see that Manny, Scarlett Johansson's character, is the narrator and is the one telling the story. She's the lens through which we're watching this. She's a very pleasant captor as well and really gets to know Elaine, sensing that there is a mother figure there. Manny is also fascinated by the family dynamic, and when she meets a local boy and he's having sloppy joes that night, she almost invites herself over. She's so interested. The thing that got me was some of the dialogue felt very unrealistic. Some of it felt kind of forced, in the same way that like Dawson's Creek as a show, it feels like they're reading a script rather than speaking naturally. There were some scenes where I thought, well, no one would say it quite like that.
Please tell your sister that I have many relations, friends, and colleagues who rely upon me daily, not one of whom will take my absence lightly. Therefore, I'm not the one that she should be concerned about. Please tell her that for me.
Okay.
On the plus side, both of the girls acting is effortlessly good, and Mary Kay Place is perfectly cast as Elaine. This feels like the role she was born to play. While the concept is a bit implausible to me, it does feel like a film that it's great that was made at all, with largely female characters, almost no males at all. In 1996, for a film like this to be made, it's an achievement. And it's an interesting story of two girls growing up and maturing, and not a bad DVD to watch, a good runtime, well made. For an independent film, I'm pretty impressed.
Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Check out our podcast at www.podmeyifyoucan.com.